and welcome to Rick's Reloading Bench. My name is Dean, and obviously Rick's behind the camera tonight, so he'll be helping with the filming. We wanted to follow up with the unboxing video that we did. These are all the components. What we're going to do is two things. The first thing, we're going to run all these components with the Frankford Arsenal solution that they provide. The second load will be identical, 500, everything that you see, but we're going to run it with the Dawn and the Lemmy Shine. I've seen that online. We wanted to see what results we got from both, if one was better than another or it was the same. So without further ado, here we go. We're going to load the brass in first. Now, I have counted most of these. There's 500 223 deprimed brass casings.
Boy, those are dirty brass.
That dirty brass.
And it's good that you deprimed them because that will allow everything inside and out to get really clean.
Yeah, it's a good point, Rick. When I was reading up on it, they said to deprime because those pins can actually go through the flash holes in the clean them. I know in the instructions you can also do it with the primers in, but you have to do a second washing with them after they're deprimed in size. So I guess it comes up to the person itself. You don't realize how much 500 brass casings is until you actually deprime them all.
Yeah, I understand you did 1,500 of them last night?
Yeah, I did 1,500 of them last night. Though I did break 3 of my pins in my punch. So, whoops. All right, here we go. There we go. I think next time I'm going to put them in a bottle so I can just pour them in there. Okay, the first step is to put your brass in. The second step is to add your media. Now, I'm adding the stainless steel media, which is double bagged. Okay.
Why don't you hold that up close to the camera so everyone can see what it's like?
Yeah, it comes with these. The stainless steel media.
Wow.
I thought like before they were balls, but they're actually sticks.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
And you put the whole 5 pounds in.
Yep. The whole 5 pounds goes in.
All right. So now we got the brass in. We've got the media in. What's next?
Next comes the water. And what I did is they recommended doing some rinsing of it with distilled water, or to use distilled water, because with distilled water you don't have all the heavy
impurities
and particulates in it. So I'm going to add some distilled water to this. I'm going to do it in distilled water in both of them, so they're both identical. And I do know from some of the videos that the stainless steel pins, after so many uses, you have to degrease those. Someone has a really good video on the degreaser to use for those pins, because if you don't clean the pins separately, over time they collect all that grease and carbon, and they're a lot less effective. So, next is the water.
And how far do we fill it up?
It's going to get filled up all the way to about here.
Okay, and where are we now?
We're almost there. We're pretty close. I will add in the solution, and then I'll top off the water. So
okay.
I'll do them identically, but I'm going to top that off, not in the video, but I'll do that. Now, it does require 4 capfuls, so probably wasn't the neatest way to do that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it looks like with what they give you, a little starter kit, it's enough to do 2 tumbling loads. There we go. Alrighty. Next step is we're going to top that off, cap it, and put it into the tumbler machine for 2 hours. In the instructions, if you've got 500 cases or lower, it's 1 to 2 hours. If it's 500 or more, you want to tumble it 2 to 3 hours. We've got 500 of the 223. I think 2 hours will be sufficient. So we'll get this loaded up and tumble it, and I am going to wait out, and then we'll let you know with our results. Thanks. Now that we've added all the ingredients, I went ahead off camera and I topped it off with some more water, and we right to about that level. Now we're going to add the sealing cap, or the viewing cap, excuse me. We're going to snug this down. Okay.
No leakage?
No leakage. I'm just checking it to make sure. I don't want to come out here an hour later and I got a garage full of fluid.
Because that's going to, when it turns, it's going to subject it to some vibrations.
Yeah, and those vibrations sometimes I think can loosen it. So we look good here. I'm going to weigh it. The maximum weight is 30 pounds. I know I'm probably well under that, but just as a precaution, I'm going to weigh it before we get it onto the machine. All right, I'm just using a regular scale that I stand on. We're at 25.8. So we're still roughly 4.2 pounds underneath the maximum weight. So we're going to bring it over here.
We're going to bring the tumbler over.
Yeah, let me.
Yeah.
They advised to do the tumbling on the floor. I almost did it on the bench, but after reading the instructions, they did. I did read them. Do not put it on a high surface because the vibration can cause it to fall off. So they recommend putting it on the ground. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on the ground. Just put it on a towel here to keep it a little more quiet, and let's set it for 2 hours. Alrighty, here we go.
Looks good.
Yep, looking good so far, Rick. And so we got the timer here for 2 hours, and what's nice about this, it'll go off itself, so you can go in and do whatever you need to do. So, and as soon as it's done, we'll show you the results.
So you could do them before you go to bed, and then in the morning the thing will be all done.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, you could go to bed and let it run. Might be a little noisy for some, but actually it's not as noisy as I thought it was going to be. So we'll run it and see.
All right, Dina, sounds good.
Cool. Hey everyone, I wanted to go over the results of the tumbling last night. We brought the brass out into the sun so we could see a little bit better. Sorry about the car noise. Anyways, what we have here is the dirty brass that we had started with, or some of the dirty brass that we had started with. Now, this brass obviously is dirty, and you can see. The other brass that you have here, this is the online solution of the Lemmy Shine and Dawn. Now, I used it, and I did read that it tends to turn more gold because the Lemmy Shine will tend to take the zinc out of the copper, which tends to make it more of a gold color, a darker color. I just used a little bit of the Lemmy Shine. I didn't use a lot of it. But, you know, it came out okay. You know, it's a little gold, but I am noticing that it wasn't really that shiny, though it did clean decently. Most of the primer pockets are decently clean. Actually, the best was the solution that the Frankford Arsenal provided. It did come out very shiny. The primer pockets generally were cleaner on their solution. So I would say the winner in this is the solution they provided, which I'll now be ordering, but I just wanted to show you the results of the Dawn Lemmy Shine online solution to their solution. I think we have a clear winner.